We would like to thank our amazing sponsor, Touring Plans Travel. Their destination specialists are experts in smart travel and are there to help you plan an amazing Disney vacation. Whether you are looking at Disney World, a Disney cruise, or anywhere in the world, they will book you an amazing vacation and it costs you nothing. Their services are completely free, so head over to touringplans.com/travel and tell them Rope Drop Radio sent you. Now, on to the show.
Helping you navigate the Disney parks.
With the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.
You're listening to Rope Drop Radio.
Welcome to another Rope Drop Radio. Derek and Doug talking all things Hollywood Studios today, Doug.
That's right. Must do, should do, and skip for the Hollywood Studios. These are some of my favorite episodes lately. We've done Magic Kingdom and Epcot. Looking forward to this one.
And now it's your favorite park, Doug. It's your turn to shine on this one.
Yes, we did yours last with the Magic Kingdom.
We did. So one day we'll get to Animal Kingdom, I guess.
That's next.
That is next. We'll put it on the list of things to do. So if your favorite park is Animal Kingdom, don't yell at us right now. But yes, we're going to be going through Hollywood Studios. It's going to be a great show. But first, we need to thank some new Patreons that have joined the community. Thank you, Melissa, Shelby Thompson, Elena, and Lori Ann Monto. Thank you so much for joining the Rope Drop Radio community, getting the bonus episodes. In fact, Doug and I pre-recorded one this week because when we tried to start this show, hail came out of nowhere at Doug's house, and my whole house was shaking. So we did a Patreon show through it. So if you want to hear that and the shenanigans that involves trying to record a Rope Drop Radio show, you're going to have to go to our Patreon page. It's in the show notes. Click, subscribe, follow, and thank you so much for being a part of our show. Yeah,
quarter-inch hail, as discussed on the Patreon episode.
Yes, roof damage for sure.
Let's not think about that. Let's think about Apple reviews. So if you're listening and you haven't, go on to iTunes or Spotify or wherever you listen and leave us a 5-star review. And we might read it. Actually, we will read it. We try to read it. All right. This one is titled Black Spire Broadcast. 5
Love
stars.
this podcast. Good show.
By Aurelius19. I don't know if I got that right. These two gentlemen took the time to join us on Black Spire Broadcast, and they host a fantastic show with all things Disney. Highly recommend.
Thank you guys so much. In fact, I love listening to your show. Definitely check them out, guys. And of course, if you want that Star Wars content, because a lot of you guys do, I'm sure, they're a good one to follow. So thank you guys.
Thank you for the review. We went and joined them to talk about our time on the Star Cruiser. So, all right, Derek, we got a big announcement.
We do have a big announcement. We have a new sponsorship agreement coming from Touring Plans Travel Agency.
That's right. We are now sponsored by the whole of Touring Plans Travel Agency.
The best travel agency.
There you go.
Just throw that out there.
Experts in smart travel. So if you're looking to book a trip, you go to touringplans.com/travel and make sure you tell them Rope Drop Radio sent to you. But we got to say thank you to Michelle for the last 6 years of putting up with us and not putting us in a tent.
Very much putting up with us. That is an understatement of all understatements for sure.
I'm going to be honest, there probably wasn't much reward for the first 4 years.
No.
Or so.
Whenever, yeah.
Yeah, it took a while. It was a slow burn for any kind of benefit other than getting rid of me.
For 1 hour a week, she gets some time by herself.
Yeah. But
thank you, Michelle. We love you. You are the best. So and excited to work with Touring Plans. We've had a lot of the agents on the show. They're a phenomenal agency. They've done a lot for myself and my family and a lot of friends as well. So really excited to grow and mutual partnership with them.
Yeah, and we'll be having some of the other agents on in the future so you can get to know them as well. But we'll definitely still have Michelle on at times. Don't think we're abandoning ship all the way there, but
you guys are still married. Everything's good.
Yes. There are a lot of people that get quotes from her, and they'll say something like they won't realize we're married.
Oh,
I thought we'd make it pretty obvious, but yeah. So going with the whole agency now will be exciting new adventure for us in year number 6. We just had our 6-year anniversary.
We did.
About 2 weeks ago. We really didn't say anything.
We did not.
But
it's just weird. We keep growing, and especially the last few months, we've grown very fast, very big, and it's just such a humbling experience for both Doug and I to be a part of your lives and listening to us every week talk about all the shenanigans and Disney and all the fun that we have and with you guys. So thank you so much for just being a part of the show.
Yes, and
big news
on top of big news. To kick off this sponsorship, we're having a Rope Drop Radio event September 11th through the 14th at Walt Disney World. We're going to be putting together an itinerary of meetups, different things that we'll be doing that will be out shortly. But if you book to a trip to come down with us and book it through Touring Plans Travel, you will receive a pre-arrival gift and a $25 gift card on top of their already kind of promotion that they're running for the next week or so. And also room discounts are out. There's a lot of discounts.
It's a good time to go.
September will be low crowds. It'll be hot, but low crowds, and I'm sure we will find a nice, cool beverage while we meet and gather. We will be staying at Port Orleans French Quarter, which I believe is new. Another checklist item, Derek?
It is. It's only families of 4. I'm a family of 5, so I'm excited. I've been on Riverside. Now it's French Quarter.
Yeah. So September 11th through the 14th, contact Touring Plans, touringplans.com/travel.
Or message us and we can put you through to the right channels. Yep.
That's right. There you go. So looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's going to be a great trip. Yes. So September 11th through the 14th. Cannot wait. So please join us. Doug and I would be so excited to have you there, and you can experience it with us. So one of the places we're going to go on that trip, probably multiple times, is Hollywood Studios, because it is Doug McKnight's favorite park. And
my guess is there'll be a lot of Hollywood Studios in Epcot.
Because, back and forth. Yeah, I see it.
Who knows? Yeah.
You never know. Never know what we're going to be doing when we're together. But yes, Doug loves Hollywood Studios, and so do I. But today we're going to be talking about our must-dos, should-dos, and skip. We're going to go all around Hollywood Studios, talking about all the rides and shows and attractions. I feel like we're going to have some back and forth on this one, Doug. So let's begin. Where do you want to start?
Well, we're starting as you come in the park, and we're going to work our way around. We're going to start with Mickey and Minnie's
So the
Runaway
Starbucks
Railway.
on the right side, got it? So I'm going to hit that up and then join you. Got it.
Okay. All right. Well, this is anything listed as an attraction as of June 7th, 2022. So Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, Derek.
I think because it's still a newer attraction and it's great for all of ages, it is a must-do.
I agree.
Okay, good. I did not think you would agree on that.
No, it's become the kind of the heart of Hollywood Studios.
I wouldn't say that.
Well, then what is?
I would still
What's
say
the beating heart?
Tower of Terror, except it's kind of under construction right now. It's kind of a
Tower of
theme
Terror
still.
can't be when you can't get on it.
That's true.
So I think it's a must-do if you're going to spend
Here's
a day
why
at the
it's a
studios.
must-do, Doug. Hashtag Trumpet Squid.
That's
In fact,
right.
one of our listeners reached out to me last week and was like, I need to make sure I do this. How do I ensure that I get on? And I go, you got to go in group 1 or group 4, and then you can do the Trumpet Squid.
Rows 7 and 8.
Kind of the cart,
Yes.
train 1 or 4.
The first one or the
yes,
last
one. Yep.
They each have 2 rows. So
There you
1,
go.
2,
You're right.
and 7, 8. There you go. Trumpet Squid. It's a thing.
It is a thing. So there you go.
It's really neat technology, good use of the space. Do I miss the Great Movie Ride? Yes.
A little bit. I do.
But do I go on this more often than I went on Great Movie Ride?
You're right. I do.
So it worked. They generated more capacity because more people are doing it.
That's a good
They're
point.
not running half-empty vehicles. So, all right. This next one I think we're going to differ on, Derek.
I agree.
Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular.
Of course, it's a must-do because this is true Hollywood Studios. It is teaching about filmmaking. It is teaching about stunts. It is what the park is based upon. It's also it's tied for my favorite show in all of Walt Disney World. I love it. I do not think you need to do it every single time, but if you haven't gone in a year, it's time to get going on it again. Plus, it was gone for like 2.5 years, so might as well do it again.
So it's a must-do for you.
It is a must-do. I love this show.
I'm going to put it as a should.
I knew you would.
I mean, should you do it? Yeah. If you don't get to it, did
I'm gonna
you?
go look at my Raiders of the Lost Ark. Also, side note, my son came to me yesterday and goes, Dad, I think I want to watch Raiders of the Lost Ark. And if it was a school day, I would have pulled him out of school and we would have watched it
Wow.
together.
Okay.
So that's our weekend plans, by the way.
All right. All right. Next, as we work our way around the map, Star Tours. The adventure continues. This one's tricky.
It is. It used to be a must do, but it's
Yes.
now slid to a should do. It is one that you should experience if you're a Star Wars fan. It does have a lot of rewritability, and I think that's amazing. But if you do have issues with motion sickness, and also it has been around for a long time, it is no longer in that upper tier category.
Yeah, it's a should do. You should do it. It's easier to do because the weights are going to be lower than the other attractions, so it makes it easier to do. But you don't have to do it. Your day is like it's fun.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
You've
'cause of
done it.
motion sickness. Yeah. that
It's a
makes me
bonus
wanna-
episode. Check it out.
Ugh. There you go. Should do. Celebrity Spotlight. And if you're wondering what Celebrity Spotlight is, that's the meet and greet with Olaf. That is a hard skip for me.
This is also a skip unless you love Frozen, then you got to do it. That's about all I got. He's a good character. I've done it.
It's kind of funny doing
Check that
Magic
off the
Kingdom.
list.
We went through everything that was on the map and listed it out and did it. Like meet and greets like this are not on the map at Magic Kingdom,
No.
but at Hollywood Studios, they're like, we need to make it look
Make it look like we have more to do.
So Olaf gets listed. So, all right, moving on. Vacation Fun. You're wondering, what is that? This is in the old Sounds Dangerous Theater. That was a great attraction back in the day. But that's whole nother show. This is Mickey and Minnie's shorts, basically compiled together loosely.
This is the most skip of skip can be. You can watch these on Disney Plus and YouTube.
There's about 30 seconds of original content
Yeah.
tying the cartoons together. I've done it while the family does Star Tours, just simply so I could sit down in air conditioning.
Oh, I guess that, you know what?
That is the only value.
There you go. That's a must. If you're really hot, I guess go to Vacation Fun.
That's the only reason. Otherwise, skip to skip.
Okay.
All right. For the first time in forever, a Frozen sing-along celebration. First of all, long name. I was just
Great
going to call
name.
it Frozen
Love it.
Sing-along. But that's the official name.
You
All the
did it.
words.
Got it all in. So this is a should do, and I did it back in January, and I hadn't for a few years, and I forgot how much I enjoyed this sing-along. Yes, you're singing the Frozen songs, but there is some comedy involved and some show elements, and of course you get Anna and Elsa at the end. I really enjoyed it more than I thought I would, and it's really good. So it's not just a child show, it's actually a good theatrical production.
Mm-hmm. There's some improv comedy in it too. If this is your one trip every few years or ever, I'm going to say this is a must-do to round out a day at the Hollywood Studios. So you like Indiana Jones. I like this a little better. I think the air conditioning maybe does it, but
That I can understand that. But you
Yeah,
got the
this is a
filmmaking,
must-do.
Hollywood Studios, come on.
that Hollywood Studios is dead, Derek. Put a fork in
You
it.
can't. Nope, that's the one I remember. Like the Epcot you remember, Hollywood Studios I remember.
Okay. All right, next, Mickey and Minnie at Red Carpet Dreams.
This is a tough one because if you don't get a lot of chances to meet Mickey, this is one of my favorite meet and greets. I love Sorcerer's Mickey.
Yes.
I think it's a really good one to experience and great character interaction, but also a great picture. And I'll put it in the should do. It's not a must, but definitely a should do if you're in Hollywood Studios and want to meet Mickey.
I'm going to put this as a should do with the asterisks. If you haven't met Mickey, this is a good one to do it at. You want to meet Mickey once for sure on your trip, right? You want one good solid Mickey meet. This is probably the second best one in my opinion, though, because
agree.
I love Sorcerer Mickey, and you get like Hollywood Minnie, but there's one meet and greet where they're together, and that's finally coming back in a couple weeks.
Oh, is it
Animal
really?
Kingdom. Yeah.
Nice.
So We'll see though. When Animal Kingdom comes back, maybe it's just going to be Mickey, or maybe it's
And
just going
that's when we
to.
finally do a must do, should do,
That's
skip.
that's
Okay.
what we'll wait to do. Animal Kingdom is for that to be back. We can't really do it till that's back. But, um, if you like Sorcerer Mickey, this is the one you want.
Yep.
If you want a short line, you go to the secret meet and greet at Epcot and Imagination, where they don't even put up a sign. And if you want the one with the longest line, you go at the Magic Kingdom.
There you go. Nailed it.
All right. But yeah, should do.
Okay. We agree.
All right. Next one up. Star Wars: Rise of the Resistance.
I've never heard of this one, Doug. Huh. New.
Well, little
Little
attraction.
small
tucked
attraction
the
in
back of the
Hollywood
park.
Studios. It is in the back of the park.
Yeah, they just tucked it back there. It's 100% a must do in my opinion.
I agree completely. It's not only is it a must do, we have told every single person that is going to Hollywood Studios, just spend the money and get it.
Yeah. This is how much of a must do this is for me. When my brother-in-law was there with his wife and child, his son wasn't feeling good. They were headed back to the room and their boarding group was coming up. And I said, "You're going to abandon your wife and child and go on this ride." He's a huge Star Wars fan too, by the way. If you're not a Star Wars fan, I'm not going to say that to you, but yeah. So I told him to, abandon his family to go on this ride. That's how much I think of it.
That I agree. And even if you're not a Star Wars fan, the amount of animatronics effects,
Yeah.
just show elements involved in this one attraction makes it totally worth it. In fact, you will come off of it a Star Wars fanatic.
Right. And it's one where it's like, when did the ride start and the line end?
We had that debate when that show or
Yeah.
when it all opened up, Doug.
Multiple pre-shows. It's different.
Yep.
It's different. Got to do it. All right. Staying back in Galaxy's Edge, Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run.
This is also a must-do for me, Doug. It's actually my favorite attraction in all of Walt Disney World when you know everyone on the attraction with you, so it's fun to be able to shoot, be pilot, engineer, and if you can yell at your children, it's 100 times better. But this is never dull, and I've done it more than any other attraction at Walt Disney World.
Yes, this is a great one. Must do for me as well. Now, I'm not going to say it's a must do as a single rider. Then it's a should do. Because it's totally different when you know everybody. Like when it's your family or your friends in there, it's the greatest.
Oh,
Also,
you act like I haven't yelled at people as a single rider on there.
Well, that's true.
I got a
Don't
dirty
let that.
look one time from a guy.
You probably deserved it.
I did deserve it.
I mean, we also let people pilot that we never should have
Yeah.
before. So, yes, must do. All right, now from Galaxy's Edge, we move into Toy Story Land. So, alien swirling saucers.
This was the hardest one for me because I want to say skip, but every time I've done it, I've had a great time, especially with my younger children. So I'm going to put it as they should do, especially if you've never experienced it before. It is a really cool little ride system, and it's a lot of fun if you like Toy Story.
It's a neat little ride. I think I would say should do if there was not a height requirement.
Oh, yeah.
But
that's a good
because the
point.
whole family can't go on this, I'm going to say skip. We can't do them all, right? We got to skip something. This one's on my list. If it's between this and something
You and
else,
I
I'm
are probably
skipping
not
this.
going to do this together on a rope drop radio trip in September.
One, I can't do it. Two,
Oh, sounds
Oh.
like we're going to go record, Doug.
no.
Yes.
On this, not worth it.
Okay.
Not worth it. Come on.
Listeners,
So.
please let us know that this is worth it, especially Patreons.
All right. Moving on now. Slinky Dog Dash.
Yes, must do for sure. Been a must do since it opened. One of the best roller coasters in Walt Disney World. A lot of fun. And it's got a good little ride length, and I enjoy it every single time. And now it's my kids, they love it.
Yeah, must do. I mean, it's a coaster. You can see it, so it's going to be hard to tell your kids, no, the guys on Rope Drop Radio said skip this. Right? Must do it. Easy answer. The next one's real easy for me, too. Toy Story Mania.
See, it's funny. We'll different on this one because I'll say it's a should do, but I feel like it's been around long enough that you can skip it. It is a lot of fun. It's interactive. You're playing the game, but Is it as important as some of the other attractions at Hollywood Studios anymore, Doug?
Yes.
Also, you beat the crap out of me every time.
Yeah, it's
Every
a
time.
must do for me. That's probably why. It's because scoring, it's competition. I love it. Must do for me. Should do for Derek. Not surprised.
Yeah.
The competition part's what keeps me coming back, and it hasn't been around that long. It was Toy Story Midway Mania, and then just a couple years ago, now it's Toy Story Mania.
Wow.
Totally
I was gonna say,
different
I didn't
attraction.
do this on my honeymoon, 13, 14, whatever years ago.
Yeah, what did it open in, like 2017, 20? No, not
I was gonna
17.
say 17.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, we were married in
7, 8,
2010, and I know it was open by
2008.
then. Yeah.
2007,
Been
something like that.
around for a
Yeah.
little bit,
Yeah, my
but
bad.
still draws a pretty good crowd.
All right, the next one kind of has two different things in it. It's the Walt Disney Presents. So there's a museum portion where you can see things like old dioramas and a desk from Walt's childhood school. And then at the end, there's a little theater that kind of rotates a preview of upcoming movies, things like that. Sometimes they show you the one man's dream, but that's less frequent than a movie preview. Right now in there is a Monsters, Inc. meet and greet. So there's actually 3 different things in there. So if we break them down all separately, what are you doing with this one, Derek?
It's a tough one. I really actually enjoy taking a break and going in here. In fact, I'm surprised at how much I do this with my kids and even my wife, because there is something with doing this podcast and being as involved in Disney really fascinating to go in there and learn more about the history of what it all took to kind of get this going. My kids have actually gotten into it a whole lot more as well. And of course, whenever there's a meet and greet, I remember the group meet and greet. I don't know how long we waited for that. That paid for itself. But like, I love all the meet and greets that they have in there. The shows, can definitely skip, but it's definitely one that I would put as a should do, but I can understand if you skip it.
Yeah, I think I'm on the same page. We go in and almost never do the movie portion. You can backtrack all the way out of there, or there's some exit doors that really aren't marked. You can just leave right through those before you get to the theater. Or if the theater door's open and you're standing there, you can just walk straight through and leave with the people leaving from the previous showing as well. So a couple different options, but they have temporary exhibits like the Disney Wish.
Yeah, the Wish
ship was
one's
in there.
great.
So it should do. It's air conditioned once again. Nice little break from the heat and the commotion of the rest of the park. Okay. I can tell this one we're going to answer with our age of children in mind.
Okay, got it.
I have teenagers and tweens. You have a preschooler still.
Yep.
Disney Junior Play and Dance.
I'm going to even back it up a little bit. Go 3 years ago when I had even younger kids. This is the most should do in the park, which is ridiculous. But my kids have loved seeing all the Disney Junior Play, Dance people, all the characters that they've had through the years. I've lost track. I mean, we've gone from Jake and Neverland Pirates, but which, by the way, isn't even in like stores anymore, Doug.
Yeah.
I realized this last weekend.
You're getting old.
I know, and now we're all the way to Vampirina and a bunch of other new ones. I'm actually not even in tune to all the new ones anymore.
Oh my
So
gosh.
I do think this is a great experience for your really little ones to get to see characters, dance, play, and be entertained by them. And you know what? As an adult, even though I'm an extrovert, I've had a lot of fun in there as well.
Okay.
There you go. But I dance, so there's a difference.
I do not.
No, you do not at all.
So
We've
right
seen
now-
your dance moves.
Yeah. Right now with my family, this is 100% a skip.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
We skipped
we don't
it
even
the last
think
trip,
about
by
it.
the way. What sucks is that this one goes down earlier in the day than I wish it would.
Hollywood Studios likes to close stuff at like 5.
Yeah.
It's,
So we were planning on going to the next one, and I was like, oh, yeah, we're not going to make it to the other side of the park in time.
It's like Hollywood Studios is a senior citizen.
Yep.
Their meet and greet stop, the shows stop, everything stops mid-afternoon. It's kind of weird.
And then everyone gets in line for Rise.
Yep, they do. They sure do. All right, so you said should do, not a must do.
Should do if you have littles, like littles.
All right. I missed it was an actual show back in the day with puppets.
Oh, the puppet show is great. I saw that like 6 times.
It was like Little Einsteins and JoJo's Circus. That's some old school stuff right
You
there.
realize how old you're getting when the characters you grew up with are no longer there.
How about when the people your kids watched on the Disney Channel are now like have, songs on the radio that are not on the Disney Channel?
Oh, that's even worse.
It's very weird. All right. Moving on. Rock and Roller Coaster.
Oh gosh, I love this attraction. In fact, my daughter Olivia ranks it as her favorite attraction, so it is a must-do. Though I do think it's getting time for a refurb because what did my kids ask?
Right.
My Declan goes, "Hey, is Aerosmith made up by the Imagineers?" And I've never felt so old in my life.
It's time for a new layover.
Yeah,
It's been
absolutely.
time.
It's
for
been
10
time for a
years.
while. I mean, my kids don't know who Aerosmith is, and I realize Armageddon came out back in what, 1999?
Right? Yeah.
98? It might be. I'm actually going to look that up afterwards.
It's been a while.
It's been a
been
long
a while.
time.
So, all right. Next, Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy.
This is a tough one because most of the time, with it being back in that side of the park, I'd say just skip it. But once again, I have a child who is obsessed with cars and Lightning McQueen and has had so much fun doing it on a couple trips now. And actually, it's a really good show and one of the best animatronics of all time that Disney has done. So I'm going to put it in the should do if you love cars.
Okay. Keeping my family in mind, this is 100% a skip.
I know. It's so far out. Well, it's so far away.
The
The
you forget
longest
it's
line,
there.
by the way, the longest line I've ever waited at in Hollywood studios.
That's concerning.
I know. True story.
It's a neat little show, though. Like you said, if you're a fan, got a kid that's a fan of cars, this is for you. All right. Staying back on Sunset, the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror.
I'm actually going to put this in the should do category. I know it's.
Oh.
I'm not putting it as a must do. In fact, we have skipped it quite a few times lately. One, because it's under construction. But two, it's kind of run its course. I mean, you look at Disneyland and it's no longer there. It's now a different attraction with a different overlay. And I think it's kind of past its prime even in Disney World. I'm going to get a lot of hate for that. I'm sorry, listeners. But it's one that we don't do. And I don't know. It's no longer the e-ticket. I go hard right and do it like I used to do in my younger age.
Wow, Derek.
I know.
Wow.
Also, it really hurt me the last time I was on
Yeah,
there.
send all the hate mail to Derek
There you go.
Sussman. Yeah.
You barely even do this attraction, Doug. I was on it. I thought you were going to die.
I did it on my last trip.
That's what he sounds like when he's going up and down.
Yeah, well, I mean, somebody's got to make noise.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm going to say this is a must-do for Hollywood Studios.
I think it's of course the icon. I just think it's time to another one. I think Rock and Roller Coaster and Twilight might be time to get some refurb going.
Yep. All right. Last attraction
Gosh,
of
I
the
haven't
park.
seen this show in so long.
Beauty and the Beast live on stage.
You asked me years ago, I would have put this in a must-do category because I felt like it really fit that Hollywood Studios kind of showing the movies and theme. And then I would put it on a must-do. But now it's kind of gotten to the skip stage because it's been around for so long. It should have been rethemed years ago. Yes, we do it once every 3 trips while we're down there. But it's no longer the driving force it was to go down and see it on Sunset.
Yeah, this is a hard skip. I think the last time I went in that theater was when the jazz orchestra was playing.
Yep.
For Up music.
Oh,
So it
yes,
wasn't even
I
a
remember
show,
that. You and I
right?
saw it together.
Yeah, so, yes, this is skip, skippity skip.
Yeah.
There you go. That's all the attractions currently.
I'm going to do a
running.
bonus one, Doug.
Yeah.
Phantasmic will come back. They've said it's going to come
Yeah.
back. Is Phantasmic, especially when it comes back, a must, skip, or actually, it's
Should.
for me, it's a should. Yeah, for
It's
me,
a should.
No, it's when it comes back with its new scenes and things, it's a must do. I can't wait to see Phantasmic again.
I think I put all nighttime entertainment in the should category. Like, it's
Okay.
great if you do it, but, like, your day's not ruined if you don't. In my opinion. But
Yeah.
one thing they didn't list as an attraction was the movie Magic Projection Show. I will say that's a skip because we literally have skipped it.
I skipped it on the last. I tried to go to it, and like we got like confusing times by the cast members. It's like, all right, I guess we're not gonna watch it.
No.
The best part of that is you skip that and go ride an attraction with a lower weight.
Right. Yeah. And there's a lot of attractions with low weights at Hollywood Studios at the end of the night. There's two other things not really operating that need to be. That's the Little Mermaid show.
That probably will not operate for a little bit.
Right. And who knows when or if it comes back at this point.
Yeah.
And then Launch Bay, I'm not even sure what they're doing in there, but that's where I just open up the Visa meet and greet with Darth Vader or something back in there.
I just need one. You want to sell some Visa cards? Put Mandalorian in there. Put someone, Boba Fett. You want to? I mean, you would
and
make
you have
so
the
much
sign-up
money.
thing
Yes,
right outside
yes.
of it, right?
Oh my gosh!
Like a
I
college
don't understand
campus
how
for a
Visa
t-shirt.
is. Oh, I got a pizza that way once back in college. Regrets. Killed my credit score. But seriously, that is how Visa and Disney make money. It's like, I take the idea. Don't even give us credit. I just don't understand at this point how it's not happened.
Yep.
Also,
So
it's
there
not
you
like
go.
that BB-8 animatronic that they have back there.
Yeah,
Like
it's got to be sitting there.
collecting dust or whatever. But it's just like, how is that not, like, they didn't even move that to the Star Cruiser, Doug. You'd think something.
Right. Do something with it.
Oh my gosh. Hollywood Studios. There's some things about, Hollywood Studios is a must do, but there has been some times I've been like, yeah, can we skip some things? Absolutely.
Well, what's weird, they list Olaf as an attraction, that meet and greet, but they don't list all of the meet and greets on the map around Disney Junior. And there's like 4 different meet and greets going on in that area. Those are should do's. If you have little ones and you have the time, you should do them.
We've done a couple of them back there. It's a good one.
Yeah.
Or just see them at Hollywood and Vine.
There you go. Much easier.
I think
and you get to eat.
That is true. I think we both agree that Hollywood Studios needs some more attractions. Definitely some more should do and must do attractions.
And I feel like they helped that problem by throwing vacation fun.
Oh yeah,
in
that
there.
definitely
Like,
sells
right?
them.
That's like, well,
I can't wait to go to Hollywood Studios to watch things on Disney Plus.
That I could also look up on YouTube.
Yes. So yeah, Hollywood Studios really needs to get, I don't know, something going. Hopefully they announce something at D23 this year. They won't, but hopefully they do. They should. That's what they should do. Not a must do yet, Doug, but they should.
They should.
In fact, that's a whole different show that you and I are going to do sometimes. Things Disney should announce versus must announce, and probably skip announcements. Well, maybe we'll do that closer to D23.
Maybe that's after we do Animal Kingdom. That's our 5th gate.
I like it. I like it. There you go. So
5th gate should do. Must
oh
do.
my gosh. Cannot wait for that episode. All right, guys. What do you think of Hollywood Studios? What are your must do, should do, skip? What do you agree with Doug and I? What do you disagree with? And of course, do you agree that Indiana Jones is a must do? I need to know. So give me some support on that one. I'm going to put that on the social media this week. So be sure to follow at Rope Drop Radio on all the things and let us know. And of course, if you're going to book a trip, you need to go to touringplans.com/travel, book a trip, and join us in Hollywood Studios, September 11th through the 14th. Who knows? We'll go early and go to Hollywood Studios. Actually, I'll be at D23 that day. So you'll be able to join me there. And we'll have a lot of fun. And so hopefully, if you're in the area or are planning a trip, please join us. And that would be awesome. So again, Touring Plans. And thank you to our new sponsors. And that is all the time that we have. So we are going to go to the Patreon show, except we already recorded the Patreon show because the hail has stopped.
Yeah.
That's great. We were able to do this show, and my kids have stopped. So if you want to listen to the cluster that was the first 10 minutes of us trying to record, go onto our Patreon page. It's in the show notes, and check that out. But for Doug, I'm Derek. You've been listening to Rope Drop Radio.